Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Modern Minecraft 1.7 episode 39, breaking records several times a week. Breaking records in terms of number of episodes per season, that is. So I'm here at Chaotic Space, been playing a lot with him. He did some EE3 and I rebuilt his little auto crafting system with these little 2x2 checkerboard tower type things, which are supposedly pretty good, and I've been messing around with custom NPCs just a little bit. So today I've got something to show really quickly. I've been working on an update for Silence Gems. The update video I did recently kind of got me inspired to work on the mod. Alright, what was I saying before I was interrupted? I think I was saying I felt inspired to work on gems again recently. And I've got some pretty big ideals, some stuff I've kind of had floating around for a while, and I don't want to go into any big details and get anyone's hopes up, so I'm not going to talk in detail about what exactly I'm planning on doing. But this first upcoming update will be 1.2.07, and the current latest version is 1.2.06, so it's just kind of a little patch. And it's mostly just very minor bug fixes, some various tweaks, like by default now, the flavor text for various items is hidden until you press Shift. And if you want to, you can disable flavor text entirely, or bring back the old behavior of it being displayed at all times. The most noticeable change is with enchantment tokens. These now have different icons to indicate what types of tools they're normally applied to. And there are now enchantment tokens for bows. So these should work on any bows that extend the vanilla item bow class, or whatever it's called. I think it's item bow. So Tinker's construct tools and such will, as always, not work because they do their own thing. The return home has also been reworked a little bit. Previously it was not checking for obstructions, so it could teleport you into a solid block. That is no longer the case. The delay for how long it takes to activate it is now configurable, so you could set that to 0, and then you could just quickly right click and it would teleport you instantly. Currently by default it's set to 24 ticks, so it's about 1.2 seconds. And let's see, what else is there? I don't think there's anything else significant. I might do a quick video whenever I release this update. I want to test it a little while just to be sure, although I'm pretty sure everything's okay. And then I will release it and begin working on 1.3, which I think is going to add some pretty cool stuff that a lot of people will like. I am planning on doing some end-game type tools if I can. And I have, of course, learned quite a bit recently from making super multi-drills, so hopefully that will be a little bit easier. So let's see, have I done anything of particular note in my tower? I don't think so. Actually, let's move this teleporter. Let's see, where's my linker? It's somewhere. Might be in that chest. I moved my tools chest back here with a storage bus. See, that's priority -100, so nothing will get inserted into there, hopefully. And this is just where I've been storing various random tools. Here's an area miner token I've got just laying around, which that kanji means something like tool or instrument, so the red ones are for tools. And let's see, I think I had, yeah, some mending tokens right here. That kanji means something like everything or anything. I think it's something like everything. My Japanese is not very strong. Okay, so I wanted to move this teleporter that Chaotic put here, so I'm gonna relink this one, move this one, And just put it up here with the others. You can go right here. There we go. I've got the ideal to maybe do some smart teleporters in the future that you could like mine them and they would remember which teleporter they're linked to. Not quite sure how easy that would be to do. I assume it would be doable. Yeah, I think that would be moderately easy to do. We'll just have to see how that goes. This reactor is going to be getting replaced very soon with a new, slightly bigger reactor, roughly equivalent to the one Chaotic has at his base, a 7x7x7. This one's only 5 tall, and a steam turbine to match. And the design I built in my creative world used 35 ludicrite blocks. Yes, these things, which are quite expensive, but I should have no problem crafting these. So I'm going to need a stack of emerald blocks. That's doable. I'm going to need 64 ender pearls. I have something like 39,000, so I'm good on that. 32 nether stars, that's easy. Just grab some diamonds, go up to the transmutation tablet, and I could get nether stars really easily like that. I feel kind of cheap doing it this way. But I'm not cheating. And plutonium, we need a cyanite reprocessor. So we're going to need a total of 2 stacks of plutonium, which would require 4 stacks of cyanite. Well, I got that covered. Alright, so we have everything that we would need to make 32 ludicrite. That would not be an issue at all. I just need to go make the cyanite reprocessor, which I think requires cyanite, so I'll grab a little bit more. I can request cyanite from here, it just takes a little while to come down here. So let's do a cyanite reprocessor. This is going to be kind of a random episode. So let's see, I don't think I have a yellow radium fuel rod. So let's grab one of you. I think I made... Yeah, I made a bunch of graphite recently. Do I have auto-crafting for pistons? No. That's kind of strange. But let's not worry about that right now. Reactor casings. Okay. Skip me... No, not that many. Just make a stack. Oh. That's to bring down the yellowite. Right. Well, that's good enough for now. Okay, so where to put this cyanite reprocessor? Could just put it down here for now. Oh wait, this thing requires water. Okay, where... I have water over here. So... Let's just put this thing down below for now. Where's the ladder? Here. There's some things I regret about with the design of this tower. It's, not perfect, but it's good. Can you not accept water from any side? There we go. Alright, you just take a while to do your thing. Let's see. This needs to be automated, though. Yeah, let me automate this. Okay, I think I've got this. So I've got a crafting pipe up here. And, oh, I don't have the pattern in here. So we're going to say 2 cyanite becomes 1 plutonium. Alright, and let's say make me some plutonium. So what you gonna do? Should insert some cyanide into this chest. The item conduit below is going to... No, the item conduit above is going to pull that out and put it in here. That's going to cook up. That'll get extracted into the chest, which the crafting pipe should then pull out and send into our ME system. Yes, perfect. And it's being fed water from below. Got an aqueous accumulator here. The covers are where the water is. It's not very pretty, but it'll work. So I'm actually going to be getting a new microphone soon, probably. Where's this plutonium coming from? Oh, because I requested it through my remote orderer. It's going straight into my inventory. That's funny. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm thinking of getting a new microphone soon. I actually bought a Blue Yeti Pro, and that arrived today. And I spent about 2 hours working with it, trying to get it set up, and I don't know, I think maybe I got a defective one, because no matter what I did, my voice was practically inaudible and highly distorted. And whenever I moved the microphone, it made this horrible square wave type noise, like something you would hear in Space Invaders or something like that. It was... Yeah, I think I got a bad one. It's probably because it's close to my birthday. Bad stuff always happens close to my birthday, so it's probably the birthday curse. That's just how it is. But another reason I don't like the Blue Yeti is because it is just so gigantic. There's like 2 shock mounts that'll fit it, both made by Blue Microphones. One has been discontinued and cost a fortune to buy new, and the other is difficult to get. On Amazon, it said it usually ships within 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm not waiting that long. So I just ordered an AT2020 Plus earlier today, which is something I looked at a long time ago, and I thought it looks pretty good. So there are quite a few people who say it's better than the Blue Yeti. I've never really heard of anyone say they use it until, well, I guess this doesn't quite count, but I was watching one of Etho's recent videos, and he said he's getting an AT2020, or he was considering it. I can't remember. So hopefully that one will be better. It will arrive on Tuesday for me. This video, I guess, will come out on Monday. This is Saturday. So you might hear a new microphone by the Friday episode, depending on how things go. Alright, so I've just been kind of ranting today and making some plutonium. I actually wonder if I log out while this thing is running, what's it going to do with the plutonium? Is it just going to store it in the ender chest? I'm kind of curious about that. But I actually did want to show off my creative world and the reactor design that I'm planning on building. Okay, my game hung on me, but this is what I was wanting to show. So this reactor is just like the one Chaotic has. It's just like mine, but 2 blocks taller. And this is the steam turbine. It's a total of 16 blocks long, I think, and 7 blocks high and wide. And that is 80 rotor blades, 32 blocks of ludicrite. And this thing produces a little over 28,000 RF per tick, which is almost quadruple of what I'm producing currently. That could fill up the energy core in 43 days if I got the calculation right. And this setup just works out kind of perfectly because the rotors are most efficient at 900 or 1800 RPM, and this settles at around 1800 RPM. It's running a little lower now. It's running faster before. I don't know what changed that made it slow down, but it works. And I think when I build this in my world, I might just build these side by side so I don't have to worry about these transfer nodes, which were the only thing that were capable of transferring the liquids fast enough. So building them side by side, I think, would allow for instantaneous transfer. Otherwise, you need transfer nodes with upgrades. I don't know how many. I put in a stack of speed upgrades. Something else I was testing out over here is how exactly the item conduits transfer energy. And let me go ahead and replace these. So it's something I've been wondering about for a while, but those break particles are weird. But never really got around to testing is how exactly the energy transfer goes. So if you look at these energy conduits, it will say max output. And for the Ender energy conduits, which I'm using in my world, it's 20,480 RF per tick. So set this to output. These are set to input. I'm going to hook up one of them, and this will begin receiving energy at 20,480 RF per tick. If I hook that up to the second capacitor bank over here, it's going to split that evenly between the two. Now, if I make another output here and hook up this energy conduit, these should both be receiving 20,480 RF per tick. So the energy that you can transfer is dependent on the number of connections that are being made. So if I break this, then this is going to go up to, well, no, that stays at 20,480. But if I were to, no, not do that, make another input here, now that would double. Because we've got two connections over here and two connections over here. If I broke this connection, it'll drop back down to 20,480. So it's based on the number of connections. So we could, in theory, have infinite energy transfer with the Ender energy conduits. And that is why this turbine over here has two power taps on it. Because we would need two power taps and two separate connections to the capacitor bank in order to get the bandwidth we need for that 28K RF per tick. And I hope that explanation was good enough. I think it was fairly clear. So I believe that's all to show in this creative world. I haven't done too much in this one. So let's hop back onto the server and see what's going on. Okay, when I logged in, it looked like I had the 23 plutonium ingots. Now I have more. I have a stack plus 3. Not sure. I guess the plus 3 is what I had in my inventory when I started this crafting operation. And how many did I need? I need 2 stacks of it. Okay. So I'll go ahead and request that other stack at the request table. Just like that. And I might actually need some more plutonium than that. So let's go ahead and tell it to make another stack as well. And if you're wondering why this stuff is called ludicrite, I'm guessing it's because it's ludicrously expensive. Okay, so the emeralds. I don't have many emeralds in here, but I should have a pretty good amount of emerald essence. Is that enough to make a stack of blocks? How many items are in a stack of blocks? That would be, so that'd be 512 plus 64. This should be doable. So what I want to do is make some emeralds out of this emerald essence. How many emeralds do I need? 9 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah! Just throwing it out. Okay. And, oh, this is a bit of a problem. Okay, I've made a mess. Well, now we know what happens when the request table overflows. Yeah, this was not very well thought out. Okay, now... Well, I'll just... No, don't request more. Okay, now I can start clicking. I should have just made a crafting table for these. An auto crafting table, whatever they're called. Yeah, why don't we do that? That'd be the smart thing to do. These, I guess I can just put in the enemy system. Okay, so let's go down here. This will be good. So we want... we can leave it on Ludicrite. Emeralds, just like that. Import and crafting sign. I've stopped using my adventure backpack, which has some kind of mixed effects. It's a bit difficult to find stuff in the large alchemical bag, but at least there's no huge frame rate drop. Okay, so now I should be able to just request 9 stacks of emeralds. Right, and I can just go ahead and lay out the recipe for the block. Just like that. Block of emerald. That looks a little weird to me, but I guess it's okay. If anyone knows how to do the equivalent of a shift click when you're crafting things in this request table, let me know, because I have no idea. I just do simultaneous left and right clicks to craft like 2 items at a time, because that's all I know how to do here. Okay, we should have the nether stars and the ender pearls taken care of. We just gotta wait for the plutonium. Alright, while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and craft up some of these other parts that we need, like the turbine rotor shaft and the turbine rotor blades. So let's see, it takes a while for the cyanite to get here, as always. Okay, there we go, turbine rotor blades, we need 80 of these. That's a lot of materials, but well worth it. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do once I have all this power. I don't really have any particular use for it. I know a lot of people use the MFR laser drill to as something to pump all their power into, but I don't have anything like that that I'm aware of. Let's see, where can I put all this junk? Let's see, I got the turbine housings in here. I guess I could just stick all that stuff in there. And sorting on the alchemical bags is a bit broken right now, so I'll just let it do that. Let's see, anything else? We're gonna need at least 1 rotor bearing, which means we'll need a couple more of these. How's that plutonium coming along? Slowly but surely. Let's see, rotor bearing. Missing 4 turbine housings. Alright, there's your turbine housings. Craft me that. Alright, what else do we need? We need... I think 2 of the turbine fluid ports, so those look easy enough to craft. And we're going to need 2 of the power taps. And one controller, which requires plutonium. Alright, fair enough. And let's make a computer port as well. I've got to do 2 more shafts. Anything else after that? I don't think so. I think that'll be everything. So we'll have to make a bunch of turbine glass as well, and probably more casings, depending on how exactly I set this thing up. I still don't know where I'm going to be building it. Wait, I've already got a turbine computer port. Right? Yeah, I do. I remember I made one by accident when I built my reactor. So I've got 2 extra rotor shafts now. Okay, so just put you guys in here. Maybe they'll be sorted somewhere close together. Not really. Okay, how are we doing on the plutonium? I want to get that ludicrite made. And now that I think about it, I'm probably going to need to start farming some more emerald essence, aren't I? Yeah, I'm really low now. I used up most of it. So where are emeralds? Emeralds are over here. Along with iron, gold, and obsidian, I think. And I don't have these computer controlled, so I just have to flip them on by hand. Here we go, make me more emeralds. Why did you skip a row? Oh, and its inventory's full. Eh, that's okay, I don't care about the iron or obsidian essence. Get out of my life. I've got plenty of you as it is. Alright, I think we're good to go. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. That is quite expensive, but I don't care. Yes, I just made 32 blocks of ludicrite because I can. How fancy is that? I think it's very fancy. I'm not crazy about the texture, honestly. It looks a little bit dumb, but I suppose it's acceptable. Just not one of my favorite textures. So, the question of where to put the reactor, that's one that I'm not quite sure about. The tower is a little on the small side to accept something of this size. But at the same time, I don't really want to build a whole new building for it. That would seem a bit excessive. One thing I was kind of thinking of is kind of just, like, lodging it into the side of the tower, almost, where it's, like, partially embedded into this wall, maybe, and part of it's hanging out. I don't know if that would look any good or not. It's very hard to say. But I suppose I've got a few days to think about it and to work on the project. So next episode we might build the reactor and turbine if I can figure out where exactly I want to put it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I guess that's all for this episode. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that on your way out so you can keep up with what I'm doing. And if you want to, you can leave a like or dislike. Totally up to you, as always. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.